Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your daily tarot reading, or should I say weekend tarot reading for the 19th and 20th of October 2019. So here we are getting towards the end of Libra season. I want to say thank you guys. Thank you so much to my subscribers. If you haven't, please make sure to subscribe, make sure to share the video, and make sure to like it, okay? It really does help, and I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. I want to apologize for not having the reading, the daily up yesterday. Sorry. I basically had no voice, and it's just kind of coming back today. I'm not feeling great still, but I thought I would give you guys a weekend to read instead of just not saying anything. But you can always go and check my Instagram, guys, if you ever want to, see if there's a daily reading there. If there isn't one here, there's usually one there, okay? And I did do one yesterday, and we got the World and the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower. So how are we feeling, guys? That's what I mean. When I started the video off being like, we're getting towards Scorpio season. There's a certain flavor of, there's almost like a certain flavor already of Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, even though we're just in the shadow period. It's not like things are as complicated, but there is a certain, really, there's just kind of like a dash of it. It's like a hint, a flavor, a scent of it. And we're starting to really become aware, I think, of all the layers to situations and to the bigger picture. I feel like it's almost like, we were involved in all the layers in Virgo season. We were involved in all that stuff in Libra season. And as we're starting to go towards Scorpio season, it's almost like perspective shift. Like you're, focusing on like a little plant to suddenly out towards the entire world. And you can see things on a level where you're like, oh, I get why these things had to happen. I understand why I had to do this. I now know that if I want to do this, I'm going to have to get comfortable with leaving this. So I think that we're coming to some really big conclusions, some really big shifts in terms of where we're at in our life. And that's why I'm using actually my Pagan Otherworlds Usi deck here. I don't usually use this for you guys, but it's a very special deck to me, and I don't really like to use it for readings for others, honestly. But I know that this is a very interesting energy if I want to use this deck. So let's see what we get here for this weekend. Oh, okay. Okay. I want to, wow, okay. Okay, let's get one. These cards usually are really good at spitting them out, but wow. This is, we have a Seven of Swords up right here, and I have to say it has a really interesting feel to it. A lot of nines. Two of Swords. Gosh, I have to say, this is it's a very influx reading. So, I mean, I didn't expect anything less. But wow. Oh my God. This is weird energy. It's like making me uncomfortable if I'm being honest. King of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. It's not bad, but it is uncomfortable to be. That's what I mean. It feels uncomfortable. This isn't a bad reading necessarily. It's just, because, no reading is either good or bad. There are just lessons, and there are cycles that we have to go through. It doesn't have to be good or bad or defined that way. But King of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. That's a really interesting feel that I actually want to pull one more on before I even get to the nines. So we have a Nine of Pentacles. What comes out here is immediately the Fool. And like I was about to say, we have the Nine of Pentacles upright, Nine of Wands reversed with the Two of Swords. We have decisions to make. And I think for some of us here, yeah, wow, I can't. Zilla is very loud, so just be aware of that today, guys. I don't think she's going to be done barking. anytime soon. So we're just going to have to roll with it. I've had to start this over a couple of times because she was going crazy. But if you hear her, I apologize. She'll chill out. But King of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, the Fool. It's like I keep getting lost in this. It's like a very... Things are really up in the air right now, or it feels that way, because we're at the cusp of new beginnings. We've been closing out cycles. We've been releasing a lot of really big energy. And I think the collective as a whole has been feeling it. It hasn't been feeling that easy. It's been exhausting, honestly. And we've kind of needed to just like run from life raft to life raft as we work our way through this, trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. For some of you, I think that, and I don't know why I get this, that this is kind of a situation that you've been holding back on, like a need to go somewhere, a need to start something new, a need to enter a new cycle, do something, I don't want to say outlandish, but like to other people might be like, that's outlandish, that's crazy, what are you doing? This is a big move, this is a big step. It kind of feels like it's thoughtless, and yet I don't think it is at all. It's not thoughtless. And we've been holding this back for some reason. With the Seven of Swords, I want to say we've been hiding this. Nine of Pentacles and Nine of Wands reverse. You're finally confident enough to kind of take down the barriers, to kind of start letting people know how you feel about it, letting people know that you are confident in this, that you have built this up. This isn't something crazy, but you haven't been able to kind of let yourself believe that. And yet at the same time that you're, you know, getting comfortable in all this and starting to feel like I'm ready to do something about it, we hit the Justice and the Two of Swords. Now that's some Libra energy. This is actually, these are both very Libra signs. I mean, cards that represent Libra. That sounded crazy. But both of these cards represent Libra. I don't remember exactly what the Two of Swords is. It might be like, and forgive me if I'm wrong, it might be like Mercury in Libra or something. But I don't know, I'm probably wrong about that. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys know a lot of things, so put it in the comments if you do. But the Justice and the Two of Swords, this is very, we're very neither here nor there. We can't make a decision about something. I just feel like we don't trust our own gut about it. We don't trust, some aspect of this doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem tangible, and that's maybe why we can't get comfortable with it. You know, it's very, you're very two-sided about whatever this whole thing is. Whatever this, you know, Seven of Swords, King of Pentacles, the Fool situation is here. This desire to take your pentacles and do something kind of interesting, you know, put them in a bag and run forward. You know, I want to move across the world. I want to do this. I want to say how I feel to somebody that might, you know, any other day of the week, I might be like, oh, I don't know about that. That sounds crazy. It kind of feels like we're ready to take some chances, and yet we're wholeheartedly not. It's really weird. It's a really weird place to be in. It's such a double-sided reading. So let's see what else we can get. Oh, yeah. There has to be an ending here. Maybe that's what we're so upset and afraid of, is that we have to leave our comfort zone. We have to let something huge go. We have to end something that's going to feel really, really sad. It feels bad. I mean, let's get more on this Ten of Swords, because Ten of Swords are major cycles closing out. Major cycles, I feel like, for some of you, of letting things just kind of get out of control. Letting your mind get out of control. The negative aspects of what you tell yourself, your sadness, maybe even for some of you, depression. But I think that, get the Page of Cups right after that. Just such an interesting thing with the Ten of Swords. There has to be an end to childish emotions and childish behavior for some of you, because we get two pages, Page of Cups and Page of Wands, and it's strange. It just feels naivety. You know, we need to end naivety. We need to end childish emotions and reactions, and at the same time feed our inner child in a way that it's needed to be fed, but that we haven't been feeding it. And that's why we've been like this. That's maybe why we've been acting out or feeling, you know, again, unable to make this decision. We're letting childish fears and emotions get in the way. I feel like I want to pull a romance angel card about this, and I don't know why, but we're going to do it. I'm going out of order. But I feel that they could clarify this in a way that maybe could be more helpful than this is a neither here nor there reading. This is still in flux, obviously. So let's see what this has to say. I knew it. It has something, yeah, it definitely has something to do with your inner child. And for some of you, this has something to do with children. Your love life is being affected by children. It doesn't have to be your love life. This is an emotional, this is a decision though. And maybe it does have to do with your children. Maybe you're not sure, you know, if dating this person, going into a new relationship, whatever this might be for some of you, you're really neither here nor there about it because children are involved. And that makes it all kind of complicated, right? Let's get some clarifiers from the Morgan Greer. I'm very interested in this reading. It's very interesting. When the High Priestess reversed, I think that this is something that you keep blocking your own intuition out about. You don't trust what you're thinking. You don't trust what you're feeling. You don't trust that, you know, that could be the right thing to do. And we got a couple jumpers here. And I'm not surprised to tell you, about either of them. Not English, oh my gosh. Either of them, actually. The Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Swords. If two cards needed to come out, it was going to be these two. We are in the midst of flux, of change, and things might not be that clear right now. Things might feel very up and down. You know, we want to believe that we're riding high on this, and yet we're really afraid of having to make a decision. We're just like, maybe I should just let this whole thing carry me. I don't think some of you guys want to know the answer, want to make the decision just yet. And because, oh, wow, okay. For some of you, this is definitely the third party situation, or there's definitely children involved, and we don't know whether we want to build this foundation yet, but here's an offer. There are offers, and we're really not sure if we're ready to build the foundation. And I think that's why we're afraid here. It's, you know, this is change coming in, and we kind of have to adopt the Fool's energy here. Deep down inside, isn't that what you want? You want to jump into something without having to worry about, you know, signing on the dotted line, doing this, doing that, all the little things, all those little intricacies that make it complicated. And yet that's what we're focused on, isn't it? So it's being very of two minds in all of this today. The Two of Swords is just, it's everywhere. And I would suggest, I don't know, the Two of Swords coming up upright twice, I don't think that you want to make this decision, and I don't feel that most of you feel ready to do so. And, wow, interesting. You get the Knight and the Page of Swords. I just couldn't even believe it. Yeah, I think it might be here. We're seeing something about it, or receiving a message about this, and it's time to evaluate and decide. I don't know if this is somebody kind of backing you into a corner about a romantic situation. You know, are we this or are we nothing? Do this or this is going to fall apart. I don't know what it is. It's very putting an end to a whole cycle here. And I think some of you guys are afraid of what happens when we close out this cycle. And we really need to remember that deep down inside, this is your truth. I mean, I know that these three cards are definitely what we're really feeling, and what's really important to remember today is that, yeah, we might have built something very solidly, and we might have something real to offer, but if we keep sticking where we are just because it's comfortable, and we don't take those chances, we don't engage in that Fool energy and take the chances that he's willing to take here, then I don't think we're going to see this play out necessarily, maybe even at all. We have to make the decision. Some of you guys are, again, so afraid to even offer that cup, to even say what needs to be said, to even recognize maybe that a cup is being offered to you. And yet here it is on your doorstep. So, wow. All right. Big reading today. This is huge. Huge messages. Oh my gosh. I actually don't think that I have the booklet with me in here for this deck. And I think that's okay. That's okay. I don't think we're going to need it today. So Jack-o'-lantern, protection. Know that you're protected, and that really this is the time to go for what you want in life. If you have been holding yourself back in any way, if you needed the confidence, know that right now you're protected by your higher self, by your guides, by anybody on the other side that's rooting for you, really. Your spirit guides, your ancestors, especially at this time, are protecting you. And then this is the time to go for what you want and to stop, hedging our bets. Eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. For some of you, this is definitely about a love situation, and this might be like the love of your life, and that's why this is such a big decision. You might be involved with somebody already, and then you have somebody comes in, and you have a decision to make. And one of these people here is eternal love. I don't know if it's the new person or the old person, but this is great love coming in. But we can't be sitting here like this to it. We can't wait forever. We can't be at this crossroads forever. It's time. We're at the crossroads. Now is the time to take a direction. Love is here, and it's real. And this is a very beautiful, eternal, amazing connection. And again, if you're thinking of lost loved ones, ancestors, they're very present in this reading in directing you and pushing you through this, being there for you through this, all this energy here. It's huge. So that is your reading for today. Wow, that was a really intense, really big reading. I knew it was going to be. And I feel like we're just going to get more of that as soon as we get into Scorpio season. So guys, make sure to subscribe, make sure to share the videos. If you want to book a private reading, all that information is right below this video in the description box. I will be getting towards the November readings. I have a Samhain reading that I'm going to do, or not reading, but a Samhain video. So if you have any questions, head on over to my Instagram or, put them in the comments below. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Namaste.